An African lion at the Hogle Zoo has picked a team to win the Super Bowl this Sunday. Listen to this. Zoo staff put food the exact distance from each goal post, both decorated with the team's colors. And as you can see, Vulcan wasted no time going right to the one sporting the Philadelphia Eagles colors. Zookeepers say this tradition isn't just fun for humans, it's good for the animals too.
They're able to play with it, destroy it. It kind of acts on their natural behaviors, and it helps with their physical and their mental stimulation.
Okay, so if the Eagles beat the Chiefs indeed this weekend, this will be Vulcan's third consecutive year in making the right choice.
And if not, I guess we'll find out if he's lying.
Oh, of course you have the line. Of course.
I mean, pretty good track record, though, right?
Yes, I kind of want the Philadelphia Eagles because of him, but I know that there are people that differ in that opinion.
I think the Eagles should win, but I just have a sneaky feeling that the Chiefs might. So we'll see, right?
We'll see really soon.
Well, if you are in the market for a boat, you are in luck. The annual boat show in Sandy this weekend, and it's packed with everything you could want, from jet skis to fishing boats. The Mountain American Expo Center bursting at the seams with everything you need for all things water sports and recreating. But it wasn't always like that. You may remember during the pandemic, only half of the center was usable to keep crowds from growing too big. But this year, a different story.
It's back to the norm. The whole building's full. So normally you only have half the building. It was really small last year. We're back to the full building.
So the show kicking off today and will be sailing through the weekend, wrapping up on Sunday. You can get your tickets on their website.
Okay, in a national weather alert now, at least one reported tornado touching down in Louisiana.
And millions on alert for damaging winds. ABC's Rob Marciano has the latest.
Overnight, reports of tornadoes touching down in Louisiana and Mississippi. This was a scene about 65 miles northwest of New Orleans.
I was just sitting on the couch. I heard something like a whistle or a train come. All kind of stuff was just hitting the trailer.
You can see a twister moving across the interstate. Drivers dodging debris falling around them. Parts of buildings and homes ending up in the trees. This mini-mart, Chevron station, and church torn apart. Rescue crews searching for anyone who still may be trapped. Multiple manufactured homes suffering severe damage.
My cousin's trailer had flipped with her and her kids in it.
The police chief in Tangipahoa Parish saying numerous homes were damaged, but no serious injuries have been reported.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
All right, let's head over for a look at the forecast here at home.
Lots of sunshine today, but those looks can be deceiving, right, Alana?
Yes, it's chilly out there for sure. I mean, we watch that story and we see those tornadoes. We've got calm conditions with high pressure in control closer to home. And as you take that live view of St. George, soak in that sunshine. They are in the 50s, which is actually really pleasant, but still below average for them. Along the Wasatch Front, we're sitting in the 30s. We're running below average with that northwesterly flow, and it has a bit of a bite, right? As we get through the next several hours, those temperatures will be falling into the 20s. It will be a cold overnight, and we will see a chilly start to the day tomorrow, but not much in the way of cloud cover, maybe some high, thin cirrus clouds, but the high keeps us really quiet, maybe partly cloudy skies, but mostly clear for the overnight. As we take that live look from Ensign Peak, you can actually see the Salt Lake Valley. Love that. The passing cold front cleaning up our air, and it wasn't just us, it also included the eastern side of the state. Tomorrow, though, it starts to decline. We bring back moderate air quality along the Wasatch Front, and that also includes over in Box Elder and Tooele County and on the eastern side near Vernal and Duchesne. That's actually progress for them, though, because they have been socked in for several weeks. The downslope winds that we saw yesterday, prompted by that wind advisory, cleaning out the stubborn inversion in places like Duchesne and Vernal, so good news there. High pressure, not greatly impacting our snowpack, but each day we don't contribute to it, we start to see it dwindle. 160% of average, very healthy numbers. Absolutely love that. And healthy snowpack leads to a pretty good fight against the drought monitor, which this week, with the newest numbers this afternoon, showing you we're in good shape. Not great shape. We need to keep going, but 4% of the state facing extreme drought. We have made major gains since last week in the extreme category as well as severe drought, because as you look at those numbers, We were at 19% last week, 74%, almost 3/4 of the state was dealing with severe drought. This week, after our moisture, it's just slightly more than half. Okay, we'll take that progress any way we can get it, and we have a few more storms on the way. High pressure holds on for the close of our work week. This ridge builds and it acts as a storm block for anything coming our way. We won't break that down. We actually have an area of low pressure that digs to the desert southwest and will track east. It brings the slight potential for a little bit of wet weather in southeastern Utah, but here comes our next storm. By Tuesday, Valentine's Day, this area of low pressure showing us the love, bringing in the potential for snow, not just in the mountains, but it looks like, even though it's early, we can see it in the valleys as well. This area of low pressure tracks across the Beehive State. It's got a counterclockwise flow. It will funnel back wraparound moisture into Wednesday, so we get active conditions. And we're going to add to that snowpack. Our mountains should see some healthy amounts. We're tracking that storm, and if anything changes as we get closer, we, of course, will keep you posted. 20s, 30s, and 40s along the Wasatch Front tomorrow, low 40s, and it's because we step away from that northwesterly flow. We get more of a southerly component. Teens, 30s, and 40s on the eastern side of the state, 45 in Cedar City, and we're going to see those numbers in St. George getting closer to where they should be this time of year, which we'll gladly take. Those 50s looking pretty good when it comes down to it. We do get to 60 in Washington County as we roll towards the end of the weekend. Slight chance of some moisture Tuesday into Wednesday in the south, but as we look at the Wasatch Front, better chance for that snow. Like to see it. So we're trending drier for the weekend overall, but a few clouds may sneak through. Daytime highs will be in the 30s, haze building for the next 2 days, and then the mixing of the winds by Sunday hopefully takes the edge off of any inversion that builds.
Okay, well, I got a car wash today because you said it was going to dry out. So
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm going to stick with that until next week.
All right.
I played golf in St. George yesterday, and it was 61.
I feel like that's, you're welcome for that, too.
How would it be?
Serving up what I can when it comes to winter. Thank you.
You have to take the good while you can.
Yes,
because
that is
it can
true.
turn like that.
Oh, it does.
All right, we thank you, and welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
It was a fun